Last night's overnight setup showed us that the market potentially wanted to go higher with a potential pullback into the open if we could get it. A lot of our stat data had already been hit, and the only two things that were really left were this target here and then this low side target here if we were going to pull back. So on Friday, we had a very similar setup and we couldn't get back down into here. So the anticipation would be to possibly pull back to start getting into our upper high of day zones. Now we have our initial high of day zone, which is right here. And then we have additional high of day zones that they sit right here and then right here at this additional peak. Now, where do we come up with the possibility of these? We have two bigger patterns that we have been trying to get for the past few days. So the idea here is to take a trade to get to either this pattern closure here. And if you understand how crabs and deep crabs work, you have your initial target, but you have that potential squeeze out. Well, the potential squeeze out could be anticipated because we have another pattern sitting close by up here to try to go get. So how would we possibly trade this? Well, we would take half of a trade looking to either get into here if we could, and then possibly looking for a pullback with an add. Then we could take one off here and try to reach the other one to this high side up here. So let's look at how this plays out. The open happens and we immediately in the first 5 minutes run up and get that initial target into our high of day zone. So then after that, we pull back into 930. We can't break through the 930 and we start squeezing out to go get this additional pattern to the high side. So we either miss the trade or we anticipate it, sit in it, and just move up our stops. But for me, money in my hand is more important. So we pull back, we bounce in between those high of day zones. We end up going to close out this additional pattern to the high side as well. Now this thing could still squeeze out if it wants, but this setup here is telling us we were going to try to push up here. So if we pull back, can knock back down into 930, that'd be great. But for me, on days like this, when we get into these higher deviation zones, I'm not interested in bigger shorts. Any shorts for me would be scalps. You want access to this data? Let me know. Let's talk about it. Hope everybody had a good day. I'll see you tomorrow.